Hello, and welcome to an abstract therapy guided visualization meditation. I'm Ryan Glassmoyer, intuitively informed coach, and your guide for this meditation. So, I usually channel these meditations, and that looks like connecting to some sort of spiritual image for myself. Right now, I'm working a lot with my spirit flower, which is the sunflower. So, transforming myself into a sunflower, getting into aligned state, and then just asking what's meant to be transmitted. And there are a lot of themes that came up with my clients this week. And as much as I just want to channel a transmission, I was actually being reminded in that openness to channel something to just go back and really highlight a few patterns that I've seen this week. And those patterns are, number one, big upgrades in the area of their brow. So in the chakra world, that's like the third eye. And I always like to link the material and the spiritual and connect the dots. And we can think of the brow too as like the furrowed brow, right? Like grimacing, overthinking, maybe even being stuck. And in multiple different client sessions this week, people had enormous openings in their brow, like next level stuff. And I take that to mean that there's a collective availability for us to really perceive things in new ways, that our area of perception, psychic perception, our mental area is changing. And from what I'm seeing, at least people doing this work, it's opening in really big ways. And the color associated with the brow chakra, the third chakra, is indigo blue, a royal blue. And I was trained that there's certain kind of vibrations connected to that. But the biggest ones I can think of are trust, acceptance, and forgiveness. I see it coming most right now, at least in the people I interfaced with this week, as a trust. It also happened to be opening a lot in my own life. I was sneezing for about 2 days straight. And I was like, what is all this? And a beautiful witchy friend of mine was like, I think you're opening up something. And I was like, oh, right. Clearing out the space. And so we'll drop into meditation around clearing out space, which is really what we kind of come back to over and over again as we're wanting to expand and embody new higher frequencies. There's an inevitable sort of house cleaning that needs to happen. So we have the space to do it. How do we do that house cleaning? We make the space. Make the space and time to do it. So having a meditation practice, having a therapist, having a nature practice or a ritual practice, like these are all versions of creating space, right? And then how do we that's like making the time space. But then there's also the actual, let's say, like physical or energetic space, right? And that's what happens once we create that ritual space or that meditative therapeutic space, is we get to go about reorganizing, letting go of that which is not important. Excuse me 1 second. I have a little kitty friend that is trying always to be involved. Go down. And yeah, so let's just put that out there, that we have an opportunity to open our third eye, and that we'll probably need to make space to do so. Which leads me to the second teaching point of the week that showed up a lot, which is upgrades are happening, and where there have tended to be a lot of blocks is in the belly. So our belly is often a center of our emotions. The navel chakra, which you can find by putting 2 fingers above your belly button, that's the really center of that second chakra, which is related to the emotions, among other things. I've noticed that people are in an almost like automatic upgrade zone right now, like transformation, and even like a sort of ease in transformation after several weeks or months of a more arduous transformation is very available in the collective field. And where it's not fully integrated or upgraded yet has tended to be the belly. So I think there's still some emotional, really probably just stories. They might not be even current realities, but we have oftentimes told ourselves a story or felt a story so many times that it still feels very real in different parts of us. And where I notice a lot of holding in the belly, we'll address that as well in this meditation so that you can be present to these upgrades. And I would say, this meditation is coming out in middle August 2023. And so, especially at least if you're listening to this more currently, this might be a good thing to hold space for at least the next week or so, as it's very up in the collective. So here we go. Let's get ready to meditate. Thanks for being here. You can begin by closing your eyes and allowing the color of a royal blue to begin to emerge from the center of your forehead. Perhaps it shoots out in front of you like a beam of light. Perhaps it's more playful, like a paintball that begins to drip down your face. Let yourself find your own personal expression of blue light coming through your third eye. You can notice in which direction this blue wants to spread. Tell it that it has permission to get as big, as 360, as global as it wants in your energy field. And as you do that with no judgment, you can notice if there are places where it's less able to manifest. Maybe it's very blue in one part of your body or in one direction and less in others, and that can just be observed. As this blue becomes your friend, as you get more used to being around it, I invite you to invite yourself into a gentle movement. What does this blue energy make your body want to do? Allow it to move you. And in this movement, allow the blue to sink deeper into the joints, into the curves of this movement. Imagine you can breathe in from the energetic field that surrounds you, more of this blue light. And as you breathe it in, it's a little bit lighter, maybe a sort of sky blue. And breathe that in again, allowing the blue to move through you to find the shape, the curve, the space inside of yourself that you are creating as you drop in. In this space that you are creating for yourself to embody this blue, which is greater trust. Greater trust. You've probably just been through some sort of a metamorphosis, as so many of us have. And in a new space, there's often an element of needing to grow in self-trust. Who am I now that I've shifted? Can I trust that this shift will stay? Can I trust that I know what's going on? Let's let those ideas of trust, especially self-trust, make their way through your entire system. So allow blue, of dark blue or light blue, to move down through your whole body to your sit bones, continuing to find your unique movement and letting it pass through the curves and the specific shape you're creating inside yourself. Allow the breath too to take these curves and make these moves. Creating a channel all the way down through your sit bones and then down to the ground where you can root this blue of trust. Connect it to something real. You know the ground is real. You might not yet know everything there is to know about the new you, about the steps you're taking to move forward, but you know the ground is real. So let's connect. Let's create a relationship. You created this blue. You can create this relationship to the earth, to being grounded. Good. And let all the efforting that you were doing to hold up yourself, to be in self-trust without this relationship, now that this relationship is formed, I invite you to just let go of all the effort, all that mental strain. It's like two little Lego pieces clicking together. There's you embodying trust, and there's the ground. Click. Connected. So now from this space, see how big you are once you have this relationship formed clearly, that you can trust, that you're connected to the earth as a base. And that now, grounded and with a safe base, you're going to get to continue this exploration of the blue in your body. How does trust move when you bring your attention back up to your belly? Take a big inhale into your low belly and into your upper belly, all the way up into your diaphragm. And on the exhale, let's imagine that any emotional story of who you've been, of what's happened to you, let's just let that leave out your belly button. Inhaling, exploring the space of your belly. Exhaling. Any stories that keep you from being able to trust where you are in your life right now. Just let them flush out with each inhale and exhale. You're grounded. The earth is real. And you are in a state of releasing anything, especially from your diaphragm, your third chakra of personal power, and your belly, your second chakra of emotions. Any stories about who you are and on what's happened to you that are disruptive to self-trust rooting deeper. Inhale and exhale. Bringing yourself back again to the permission to rest. You've already struck the match. You've already created the flow of the blue. You've already decided, remembered, to have a relationship with the earth, which keeps you safe, which holds and supports your grounding. You've connected your breath to your belly, and now you can rest. Rest in the fact that you are connected to many moving, supportive forces. You are a receiver of positive vibration. You are filled with blue. And this blue is helping you have a direction towards greater self-trust. To solution. insight, to guidance that comes from your higher knowing, that comes from a third eye, not from a furrowed brow, not from rumination or backtracking because you've released your old stories. No, you are a clear blue sky. You have windshield wipered your third eye, and the sun is shining. I'm here believing with you that your third eye is open for business. It's open for interaction. It's open for you to get to be in this next phase of your life where you know a little bit more. You know who you are. You know when things aren't right for you. You can trust yourself. Good. And in this vibration of I can, I see, I know. Come back once more to a movement in yourself. What is the movement of I know? Move, create that shape, and say to yourself as you get ready to open your eyes, I know.